Right, let's pan back round and look. I mean, this is a massive field. You're way away from that house over there and those outbuildings there. But that's where those horses are on those trailers and lock-up things, where they must have the hay for the horses. So you can see how slippy muddy this bit of a pathway I'm on now is. So it's never coming along here in white trainers. Obviously the people that live around here, they'll be all coming along in the Wellington boots, because they know the situation. So they'll be coming along here with their proper barber caps and jackets and Wellington boots, what the country people folk wear. Right, so this is the start of the lock-up pens at the far end of the cottages. There's a load of chickens just there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 cockerels. And there's more chickens just here. Lot of pens. There they are. So obviously they'll get free range eggs. Sounds like somebody was talking, but it's not. I think they've got a radio on. They've got a radio on. Must help the chickens relax and get more eggs with them. I think that's what it'll be for. Background noise. Right, so as you come up the private road past those cottages on the left there, now you can see the road continues up here and goes to a couple of gates, and that's as far as you can get where those chickens are in the pens. Comes to a dead end. Right, so you go through that gap in the privet just there and you continue straight along the edge of the fields again, as usual. Because it looks like you're coming to a dead end, but there's a gap in the privet just there. And that's where you go along past those houses on the left. And there's a caravan just here, just off the side of the road. That takes you down towards those chickens. I'm just trying to have to slow myself down here because I'm going downhill slightly and I do want to slip over. You can see boot prints of other people coming along here with their wellies on. You can see the imprints in the soft mud and water. And so you can just see the bit of a road track just through the fence here, and there's a double metal gate that's open. Right, I'll walk round now. There's nobody in sight, so I'll have a quick wee. Need one now. I guess I'll just stop here. So as you can see where people have squeezed through the fence here and go on the road and just walk along the road, but you're not supposed to because it's private, goes past private houses. So it's turning out to be quite a nice pleasant walk this so far anyway, because it's dry. I mean the skies look grey and full, but I don't think I'm going to get anything, and that's why I came here, because like I say I was going to go to Middleton and Teesdale, over past Waskerley Reservoir, down into Stanhope, and then up over the top of the moors from St John's to Langdon Beck area there. But I thought, nah, I might come into bits of snow left on the roads and going up those hills that's skidding all over the shop. So I thought, nah, I'll just come local. And when I looked at the weather, where the rain was going to be coming, the northeast coast here was quite clear most of the day until about 10 o'clock this morning. So I thought, right, I'll come local and I'll probably get in most of my walk before I see any wet stuff. Hopefully, because these pathways are going to be slippy and muddy enough as it is without more rain. Right through the gap in the hedge here, and this is where you get more clearer views of those houses. Look, and there's a private road that comes up, look past them. And over there in the far corner, that's where you squeeze through the fence and then you get onto the main road, which is going down round at S Bend and drops down Bothal Bank onto the road bridge that takes you across the River Wansbeck to the old mill house, and you turn left. It's a bit of a ruin of an old house, the old mill house, which is on the left as you drop down. Walk past it. I can try to keep with the mud here. So this dog pen come shed, because I'll be putting, it's going to have corrugated sheeting on, overlapping from the front to the back, 6 inches all the way around, so it'll keep the water out the little pen as well. I'll keep it nice and dry, and I'll be putting more mesh or plastic sheeting up against the side walls of it, keep any damp and rain out. And with it being galvanised steel, it won't rot like wood does with sheds. I mean, all you've got to do is look at that shed over there. Look how green moss is on the roof. So obviously they just rot eventually. It's a white horse here with his coat on. There's 2 of them. Got loads of hay there to eat. Hello, son. Hello. Hello, mister. Hello, son. Hello. Whoa, you bugger. So when I walk along the bridle path alongside the White Horse pub where I live, bears come across horses, so he's getting used to seeing them now. So I don't think he'd be startled or want to go towards them. Once he sees them all the time, he'd get used to them, like Corn did with sheep, and eventually they just don't bother. It's nothing new to them. Nothing to get the curiosity built up over, so they just ignore it and move on. So most of the time, if I've got them near us, I'll just permanently lead until the horses get past on the bridle path, to which I always get a thank you from the horse riders, because I know what you've done for them, so the horses don't get spooked. more tea vicar. So last night, as normal, I make sandwiches up, but I thought, nah, I'm coming local. 99% of the time, I take my sandwiches back home with us and eat them at tea time. So I thought, right, I'm not going to bother making sandwiches up today. I'm just going to bring some chocolate biscuits out, wafer biscuits, and a couple of me sweet clementines, easy peel oranges. So that's what I've done. So I never had to make sandwiches last night. I mean, I've got stuff in the fridge ready to make sandwiches, but I just never bothered today. For today. Right, so this is the area of Shad Fen. S-H-A-D-F-E-N, Shad Fen. And I'll be hitting the road just there, a gap in the Privent, then turn to the left and then just dropping down the main road to the bottom bank. That's why they call it Bothal Bank, because you've got Bothal Castle on the other side, further up the river, or further down river, sorry. Because obviously going that way, if you continue along chase towards the coastline on the northeast coast. So as you can see, this is a well beaten in dog walkers path, completely flattened, with people walking up and doing past here with their dogs. And like me, they do exactly the same as me. They come out the way of main roads and livestock so they can let the dogs off, just to give them a bit run about and exercise. Right, so you can see the private road that comes in here now and goes right as far as where those chickens are back there. Some big houses here as well, money talks. I've got solar panels right along the roof, obviously, to run the house, electricity. So they'll have a big inverter somewhere in the house, converting the electric to put in the grid, reduce electricity bills. That's what I do. I've got 12 solar panels in my garden, all hooked up to my inverter on the kitchen wall, and then it's going at my electric system. Cuts me bills down by about 2/3. So as you can see, they're not small houses here, they're massive. Look, this one here, man, it's huge. Oh, it's all swamped here. Start to keep in the middle island to walk past it. Right. Oh, it's quite deep there to the right. Oh, if you went in that lot. Right, get over here. On the grass, that's it. Right, so I'm at the road now, on the corner. Right, so it's in there, public footpath, park house, 1.25 miles. So that's going back to where I came down those wooden steps. And then up alongside the farmers' fields past those big tractors. And then that first house that I pointed at, I think that's Park House. Right, so private through road, private no-through road or path. So they make sure that they keep us peasants separate from them, the globalists and the elites, the division of money. Right, here you go. Shad Fen Cottage. Private no parking. I mean, how much money have they spent on that house, man? It looks like it's been extended with 2 or 3 times. Right, so this is the road that's going to take us down Bothal Bank and under the road bridge at the bottom, which crosses over the River Wansbeck. So you go down, round an S-bend, down again, eventually you can see the bridge. Right, so there's more sheep here, look, on the right hand side, but they're all fenced in, so as long as I keep Bay on his leader coming along here, he won't be able to bother those sheep over there. I mean, eventually what I'll do is I'll introduce them to, I'll show him sheep and I'll go near them, so he gets to see what they are, just big animals with fur jackets on. And eventually, like I say, after seeing them so many times, they just become another feature, and they're not curious anymore because they see them every time they come out, so they're not new. Not a new attraction. Right, my first GoPro 9 battery's just gone now as I'm getting onto the main road after climbing over that turnstile back there at Shad Fen Cottage. And there's a passing place here, my battery's just gone off, so I've stopped dead and I've just put a new one in to continue filming down the S-bend bank here to the road bridge across the river. Somebody's dumped one of those electric reclining chairs. Right, so as you can see, there's no pavements here, so you've got to be careful with cars coming along. Right, that's the bright yellow. See him in the dark coming at you. Talking of which, the dark, I mean, it was pretty dark coming along here, along the A1. Once you pass that sign for Northumberland on the left where you go underneath the bridge, there's no lights on the road, it's pitch black. So, just driving along 60, 70 miles an hour, so I can still see the white lines without having to put my main beam on and blind every bugger. So, drove here, no problem at all, very, very quickly. So like I say, I've only done 31 miles to where I'm parked the car now, from South Shields to Morpeth here. So it's not that far to go. I've got a half a tank of diesel, and I've just put a tin of liquid molly. There's a grey squirrel just running across the road there. Tin of liquid molly, 250 millilitres in my tank to help clean the injector system out. I always do it. Keep my injectors clean so the car fires over no problem and drives better. That's liquid molly, Liquimolly, liquid molly, very good. Right, so like I say, this bank is steep going down here on this S-bend, so when the water runs down the road, so when it's freezing, this just becomes an ice skating rink, and it's hard to get up and down this road. So there's normally salt bins here where they chuck salt across the, you can see bits of ash there as well, anything can chuck on the road to give the tyres a better grip coming up this bank. But I've come down here because the water came across the road, right across, look, all these patches where you see the water freezes over and it's just like sheer sheets of ice. So you can hear the river down there straight ahead, River Wansbeck. So get around this S-bend and then just drop down onto the bridge. And then it's all fun and games walking along the muddy, soaked paths full of water and soft mud off all the rain that we've been getting. So if you cross the bridge at the bottom here and go off up to the right, you go over towards Bothal Castle. That's B-O-T-H-A-L, Bothal Castle. So you can see where the water runs across the road here from the embankments, and where those 3 cars are parked down there, that's where I'm going to go down. Start me walk along the river, which is just down here. So that's looking down to where the old dam used to be, where the water's running over the top of it, like a fish ramp. So as you can see, it's quite steep, this road in places, and when you're going around those S-bends, they're blind as well, so basically you've got to keep in for cars coming around the corner and coming down the way. So it can be a bit naughty, especially if you're skidding to go in at the middle of the road. So when it's snow and ice, I would avoid this road like the plague. Right, so you can see the metal railings of the bridge there now, down to the left. Gone across the bridge there now. And the old mill house building, the ruins of it is just there on the corner. You walk down past that. Now there's one time I came along here and I thought to myself, oh, I'll go further up the river to see if you can see anything, to see if it's nice. And it was just like a sheer mud bath gone up there. And I was slipping and sliding all over, trying to hold on to anything I could get a hold of to help us get along. So I will not be going along there anymore. There's an old pillbox as well. It's overgrown there now, but you can see the window at the front there. Right, so down and over the bridge. So it's already coming up here now when it's just damp. But if there's ice frozen over, all kinds of fun and games you go through. Right, so we're now going to cross over the River Wansbeck, and now we're going to walk right along the River Wansbeck, going that way towards Morpeth, and that way is towards Bothal Castle. And as you can see, the river's quite swollen. It's up against all the sides of the embankments. It's all like dirty where it's all been churned up. Right, so this is where the dog waters come with the dogs in the car, and they come down the embankment there, turn in right there and just drop down past the old ruin of a building here and park in the little car park. Where's our bench seaters, and let the dogs out and start walking along the river. So with 3 cars parked here, that means I'm going to be coming across some dog walkers along the way. So as you can see, the old house has just dropped to bits, all the roof's rotted away, and you can see the big cracks in the wall. You can see where the old brook has been re-guided along from the main river along here. Rerouted, sorry. And it's going in there to join the main river down there, look. So if you want to go to Bothal Castle, which is just over there, over the ridge, you can't see it for now, just go up this road, keep right and then just go along and takes you to the village where the grounds, we can drive into the grounds. Right, so quite aptly named Mill House. So that would have been built after this one was left to go to ruin. A second mill house. Right, let me take a shot of these cars parked in the car park. Right, so that's your old mill house, the old one, the original. And this is the start of the path going down here to the metal turnstile, cross over the little bridge. Just pulling my hood underneath the camera neck strap because it's rubbing against my skin as usual. Right, so here's a little bench seat to sit on where people lay flowers in the glass vases, one on that side and there's one on that side. So obviously there's people drowned in the river. You see all the little pots and all and plaques for people's memorials. As you can see, the water's running quite fast. Get in there. There it goes. It's the way there. It's gone fast. Right, so that'll go underneath the bridge that I've just crossed over. Right, so obviously somebody called Matty must have drowned. And somebody must have been